Plagiarism. I hate plagiarism. Um, I've noticed that, well, let me put it to you like this. I don't really think that it's the women not listening. I believe that it's the women acting like they don't hear what we're saying, because if they do make that improvement, they have no choice but to give credit to the men. I'm not saying complete credit, but they have to acknowledge black men. So when they go on their stage and get their award for Strong Black Woman of the Year, quite frankly, they have to bring a black man on stage, or they have to shout out another black man. See, when it comes to the men and us giving credit to those who have helped us, what do? We even go as far as to give credit to black women that have nothing to do with our success. I'm sorry. Like I said before, let me win an award, and the only women on stage are going to be my mom and my two sisters. My wife and my daughters will be in the crowd clapping. No offense to them, but, you didn't necessarily, I was already on track, right, prior to me meeting you. But black men go as far as to even give credit to the women that just showed up afterwards, right? Going back to this whole Michelle and Barack thing. This idea that Michelle put it in Barack said that, hey man, you need to be president, I'm laughing at that. No one is saying that Michelle didn't help. Hence, Michelle deserving credit, right? But the women go as far as to even act like it was completely her idea, right? So, once again, black men don't have a problem with saying how, how a black woman has helped them, to the point where, once again, we're giving credit to women, we're over awarding credit to women, right, in terms of what they've done. But when it comes to black men, they won't do it. So they acknowledge what we're saying. They'll see those same problems themselves, but to fix it means that they have to give credit to black men, which goes against the strong, independent black woman sort of complex. So here's where plagiarism kicks in. We'll file a complaint, and I'm going to keep this one short. We'll file a complaint, let's say the attitude, right? I understand that people can get upset, especially when stuff isn't going according to plan, but it's how you handle it. If something makes you upset or you're not happy, you have to handle it in a certain way. So black men have said, we don't like your attitude, right? Black women will say, we're strong, we don't have attitudes, you're conditioned against black women, or you just don't like us, or, I don't know, there'll be some complaint, right? Then, a year later, you'll have a black woman that will say, hey, do we have bad attitudes, ladies, or do we have a negative spirit? Do we not handle our problems well? And they'll act as if they highlighted that problem. They were the ones to uncover the problem. Then you'll have women that will come through and say, oh, you know what? Maybe you're right? Then there'll be this sort of self-reflection. And then the women will hop on board, but what are they doing? They're making sure that they can't give credit to black men, right? It's almost like the whole Chanel Cooper issue. Not even an issue, because I think that she's a genuine person, but you'll have Chanel Cooper has not made a point, and I've listened to her videos, she has not made a point that black men have not been saying. I'm not saying that she's late to the party. I'm saying that black men older than her, black men that are our fathers and our older brothers, have made the same points that she's made. Right? I haven't heard black women bring up a problem with black women that we as black men have not made. But I've seen the women run to Chanel Cooper on some like, oh girl, this is the problem, what should we do? Black men have made the same point and it gets smacked down, right? So I'm not even saying that Chanel Cooper is plagiarizing. I'm saying it kind of is almost like a pseudo-plagiarism, because I feel like she's genuine, but she'll have other women that are not genuine. They'll smack down the complaints that black men have made, and I'm sure there's a lot of black women that are listening to what we're saying on YouTube and Gen X, right? And then a year later, they'll throw it out there as if they created it. So black women can run to them and say, yeah, we have black women that are improving other black women, so we don't have to give credit to black men. So it's stealing the ideas. It's stealing the recommendations that black men have made, and they're passing it off as their own, or they're not giving proper credit. No one is saying that black women can only address their issues if they've heard it from a black man first. No, I'm saying that we're not given any credit for what we are saying, right, and what we're bringing to the table. And the dumb part about it is, time after time, you'll get the PM from a black woman that's like, you know what, I never thought about what you had to say before. We never talk about this. As black men, we say it all. I mean, what's the black woman's biggest complaint? Black men aren't progressive. Black men don't take care of their kids. Have black men not addressed that problem with other black men? Right? But yet, we still have no problem in giving women credit. So for the most part, we give credit, but in reality, there's a lot of shit that we talk about amongst black men that y'all don't even know about, that you have no clue about, right? But when it comes to y'all, we're dropping y'all with shit that you guys never talk about, but then there's no sort of credit given, right, unless it's coming out of the mouth of another black woman. So that's where I get the whole plagiarism from. It has everything to do with pride. Right, we don't want to attribute what we do right. We don't want to attribute any positive movements, right, to the help of black men, which shows why we really can't work together or get along. Because you can improve us, but we can't improve you, right? That's my video. Y'all take it easy. God bless.